this is just an unsubstantiated rumor. Like, I don't think there's any truth to this. If you think differently, please speak up, Mike. But what I kind of want to turn more of this segment into is, if you had your choice, which is the better job, LSU, USC. But what say you, Ike Taylor? Any truth to that? And then we'll get into the discussion about which is the better job between the two storied programs.
But for Coach T, the NFL is just it's where he wants to be. You know, he don't have to worry about no boosters. He ain't got to worry about recruiting. He ain't got to worry about babysitting no kids. So for me, the NFL, and he's at a very prestige organization, which is the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he know he can be there as long as he wants to. Now, on the flip side, if he wants to change the scenery, if he wants some boudin, some crawfish, some esche, some good New Orleans talk, some athletes around the area that you have a strong possibility in going to these national championship games, that's LSU. If you want the Hollywood life, if you want to meet some actors, if you want to start your own podcast, if you went to anything, if you just want to be around celebs, go your ass to USC. So, but for me, Coach T, I mean, both of these two sound good. It's just where he's at right now, and it will be a good change up for him, and they will pay him. That's whatever he's getting paid now. Coach T will get paid $5 million more. So Coach T getting paid $9 million this year. Somebody gonna offer him $14 million per year. He will be the highest paid college coach. I guarantee he will be the highest paid college coach. But Coach T got it too good in Pittsburgh. I mean, he embraced Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is his home. That's where he at. Like that's Coach T. Coach T now is a Yinzer. He's a 4-1-2. He ain't going nowhere. My personal opinion is the setup just too good for him in Pittsburgh, and he's at a plateau for his coaching career. All the guys who played under Coach T, they just say, man, he's a good dad. He's a good father figure. He teaches us how to be men. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what you gotta love about Coach T. Everything else, Coach T too old to be babysitting. You know, I don't think if Coach T would have started in college and had a lot of success in college, the Nick Sabans, the Urban Meyers, the guys who can go back and forth, I think Urban Meyer will go back to college and be like, y'all NFL dudes, y'all tripping. Y'all got too much rules for me. And yet, these men are too grown. I can yell at these kids. I can't yell at these men because they either swinging or throwing something back at me. So, but I think Coach T, man, Coach T, it's a perfect fit where he's at, and that's being the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach.
I cannot believe you forgot the gumbo in New Orleans, in the Baton Rouge area. You mentioned all these delicious foods, the beignets and everything, and you forgot the gumbo. I can't believe it.
No, I didn't. I just let you say it. That's all. I didn't forget. I just let you say it. I knew you. I
tell you what. I thought that USC was by far the preferred job, and I did my research. Ike, the last three coaches who have coached at LSU, Nick Saban, Les Miles, Ed Orgeron, have all won national titles. So if we're talking about bringing home some hardware, what actually matters in this sport, USC hasn't won a title since Pete Carroll was there, 2004. That was the last time a Pac-12 team, formerly the Pac-10, won a national title. So, yeah, you got the glitz and the glam of Hollywood. And from a lifestyle standpoint, I could get why you might prefer that. But if you actually want to win a title, and I know that your expectation in the SEC is going to be going up against Nick Saban and how you fare against the Alabama Crimson Tide. But that opportunity is there, and I see that the previous three head coaches have won a title. In my opinion, it really just depends on what you value overall as a coach and just really from a lifestyle standpoint. So we'll see how all that shakes out. Both schools will have vacancies. Coach O is going to finish out this season, and then USC has a vacancy right now too. So very curious to see how those odds shake out. And I look at, the odds of who could be the next guy at each of those programs. And when I heard that Mike Tomlin's name came up, I'm like, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but this will make for a nice discussion
Right.
of the pros and cons of each job here on our show.
We'll see what LSU and USC got to offer Uncle Prime, Deion Sanders. We'll see if his name come up in that circulation. Very curious.
Two other names I thought of. I know Billy Napier's the head coach at your alma mater right now. If LSU could poach him just because LSU's the more storied program. But then another name who I don't know why his name hasn't come up, and to me it would be a natural fit specifically at LSU. How about Brett Venables, the defensive coordinator at Clemson? Look at the draft every year, and I don't need to go through all of the names, but they had defensive linemen every single year go in the NFL draft, if not in the first round. You talk about building your foundation from the ground up. I don't know why his name's not being considered for this LSU job.
Here's why. Because Coach Dabo Swinney understands and knows how valuable he is. So every time he gets a job offer, he gets a raise. So really, he's getting paid like a head coach. He just so happened to be the defense coordinator. Coach Dabo understands that clearly. If I'm going to have any chance on keep winning these national championships, this young man who I got beside me as my defensive coordinator, I cannot let him go. So whatever that man needs to be paid, pay that man. By the way, after you pay him, give me a little bit more too. That's why he ain't going to.
Yeah, see, and LSU, they're going to pay Ed O $17 million. I don't know what else his staff is going to make as part of the buyout. So you know that the boosters there, like you mentioned the boosters earlier. You mean you could be just talking about a bidding war of whichever candidate they want to go after. You know, we're going to put our boosters up against another program's booster.
Picture that. They paid a man $17 million to leave. I want you to get out my house, but I'm gonna pay you $17 million to get out my house. Boy, I tell you, boy, these college coaches, boy, they got it good with these buyouts.